This is one of the most difficult evaluations that I've ever had to perform on a movie. I'm sitting in the screening yesterday, and I don't think I have ever wavered high and low as much as I did during Barbie. In fact, let's bring in, I'm sending it out right now live as we do this in Los Angeles, a little after 4 o'clock here. Thanks for being here. Midnight Movie Talk, daytime embargo breaking edition. Here is the tweet I am sending right now, and this is the summary, and I'll give you a detailed description of what I mean by all of this in a second. It's one of the most capricious movie-going experiences I've ever experienced, guys. I mean, Barbie has so much to love, yet it absolutely vexes with its mega preachy tones. This is a roller coaster evaluation. I'm telling you, I'm still ruminating on it today, which I never do. Gosling, though, slays, as Ken. We'll discuss that as the hour goes on here. And Margot Robbie emotionally hits the note she needs to, especially on the back end of this film. But this thing frustrates. This is a very frustrating film for me because it could have been a better film. And we're going to detail how it could be a better film. Let me hit send on the tweet, and here we go. Everyone's going to come after me. Oh, he didn't love it as much as everybody else. Let's do the positives for Barbie, and then we'll do the negatives. And then we're going to be joined by HCA president, or I should say founder, Scott Menzel. He'll be joining us with his thoughts. I want him to react to what I have to say about this film. The number one thing that's a positive here is Greta Gerwig's ambition. Taking Barbie and then taking her from Barbie land to the real world. You guys know what the premise of this film is from watching the trailers, okay? That is not in question. The fact this is not just a run-of-the-mill, typical Barbie movie. There's quite a bit more going on here. It's very Truman Showy, and we'll talk about that again throughout the hour here. I also want to mention that we're not going to do real spoilers. I'm going to have to talk about the film a little bit more in detail than I do typically, but because I know you have not seen the movie, there's only a few of us have seen it. I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but her ambition is not in question. I think Barbie in the real world works. Once we get to Los Angeles with Barbie and Ken, the film really picks up and is what I'm interested in. And it speaks to Ryan Gosling, who just goes for it here and is everything that you'd want. Everyone who said, oh, he's too old. Ryan Gosling's too old to play this role. Well, he proves that he's perfect casting. And Margot Robbie, when she's needed to do the emotion required, especially towards the end of this film, she does deliver. But, there are negatives here. And really, it's a case of almost an equal measure, as I said here, to start the stream. It's highs and lows in equal measure here. And the number one problem with Barbie is that it's overly preachy. It's a film that constantly reminds you that the patriarchy is terrible and men rule the universe and women are subservient to them over and over and over to where you go, we got it. You don't need to keep drilling down on it. There's a scene where America Ferrera goes through a speech of what it's like to be a woman, you know, and it's like, you know, a woman has to be beautiful, pretend she's not. A woman has to work hard, but then pretend it's effortless. And it's just like, that's fine, right? A couple things. It keeps going for like 3 minutes of her doing that. Everything needs to be scaled back and made more effervescent. You know, I think about movies like the Lego Movie, which is another Warner Brothers property, and does the same kind of thing, right? Emmett in the real world, right? In the actual toy world of the basement. By the way, Will Ferrell in this as well. So you got Will Ferrell in Lego Movie, you got Will Ferrell here, who's fine. But what I want to see is that effervescence of the Lego Movie. I wanted to see more of it here, and again, less of that preachiness. And I think it speaks also to this film is overlong. Even though it's under 2 hours, it feels like it needs to be shaved down. I would start with the opening scene. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but it is in one of the trailers, and there's no reason for it. In fact, when I was sitting in the screening yesterday, I'm like, why is this here? It slows the film down. And that is an issue. I can't believe that someone didn't tell Greta to drop it. There's no reason to have it. All right, your comments, come on in.